Hi guys, Iron Cameraman here. A little while ago, I was going over Boom's answers to questions from YouTubers. There were a lot of them, but not all of them were necessary enough for the future of the series. But after rereading everything Dafouk said and watching episode 73 in its entirety, I have a very interesting and global theory about episode 74. I may have even been able to foresee the death of the iconic Skibidi Toilet villain, namely our favorite G-Man. Also, today I broke down a theory about the appearance of our Titans in episode 74 and their possible improvements. What's interesting, in this video, I tried to break down all the possible and impossible plot twists as much as possible. I also broke down the appearance of a new Titan and the leader of the Astro Toilets. So, get ready, it's going to be as hot today as the G-Man in episode 73. So trust me, you're going to get a lot of cool information in this video, and don't forget to put like and subscribe to the channel. After all, over 75% of viewers watch me without subscribing, so let's fix that. Anyway, here we go. We all know that episode 74 will take place right after the events of episode 73. We'll see where G-Man flew off to and where TV Man Titan teleported to. In the new episode, we are going to have a very tough battle. Recall that Dafouk talked about how epic episode 74 will be, and as we know from his words, there will be a turning point that will turn the story completely in a different direction. It could be anything, but we'll talk about that a little later. Mark my words. We can assume that the new episode will finally show us what was in the containers and how G-Man will confront the TV Man Titan. Dafouk, having shown 4 containers at once in episode 73, subtly hinted that most likely the containers will be used and their contents will be shown to the audience only in episode 74. We will finally get to see the scientist's latest project that Dafouk has been talking about. We know that in last episode, G-Man flew towards the containers and TV Man teleported after him. That's where the final battle between the Alliance and the Skibidi Toilets will take place. But why did I say the battle would be between the Alliance and the Skibidi Toilets if only TV Man Titan went after G-Man? The thing is, besides the fact that Dafouk recently answered questions from YouTubers Elite Cameraman and Steak, there is another confirmation to this. Before I tell you what I mean, let me remind you that they both asked interesting questions about Titans. Will they be in the next episode? Will they go to bat? Or will they go away to be fixed? To which they both got an affirmative answer. This means Speakerman and Cameraman Titan will appear in episode 74 and fight against G-Man. After all, Dafouk Boom made it clear to us on his question about the Titans that they will go to bat against the G-Man by sacrificing themselves, you might say. But to be honest, in that state, I have no idea how they will fight. But even here, Dafouk gave us an answer. Namely, Titans can both fight and improve. And now, another confirmation to that is this correspondence with one more animator. As you can see, according to Dafouk, Titans want to fight. By the way, I didn't trust screenshots from him much recently, as many people said that he uses some special programs to help him show that he's corresponding with the real Boom. And that it was a fake was also talked about by Spiderund and later also Dadabayo. However, it turned out that it was not a fake. In fact, Dadabayo made an announcement on the Discord server that he just misunderstood and there was a mistake, which means that this screenshot of One More animator is real. One More himself has already made a post too, where he wrote that this conflict is over and everything is fine now. They talked and sorted it out. Which means we'll see something like in episode 69, when right on the fly the Titans were repaired a bit for future battles. But what will these improvements look like in the new episode? I and my team thought about this topic and decided to make 2 concepts. The first concept with Speakerman Titan you have already seen in the picture of the previous video, but let me tell you why exactly it looks like this. First of all, I'll start with the most interesting thing. We added sharp daggers on his hands. Many people thought that this was done for attacking. However, the main point of this improvement is defense. The thing is that, as you may have noticed in episode 73, G-Man started to bite Titans very often and to tear off anything with his teeth. So this dagger solution might scare him off because if he bites his hand, he'll die immediately. By the way, we have not forgotten about the legs. Here we have added special legs that warm up when needed. This will also protect his legs so that G-Man doesn't rip them off with his mouth. And there was another idea, which I think is brilliant. If the Alliance comes up with it, We could, instead of everything I've listed, just add special holes from which deadly poison would spew out at the right moment. It's unlikely that G-Man will die from this, because he's too powerful, but at least he'll be weakened for a while, and all the other enhancements you see are just normal enhancements. Now let's move on to our concept for today. Meet Prime Cameraman Titan. As you'll notice, we've made him look a little bit like Optimus Prime from Transformers, and we've also added a regular arm so he doesn't have to find a new one all the time. And by the way, we think it would be cool if he had the ability to transform his body a little bit. Of course, I don't mean a global transformation into something completely new, but let's say a new huge gun as needed. We all remember how epically he can cover his core with armor, and if he has more such chips, it will add a lot of advantages to him, as he will be able to remove or add whatever he wants on the go. By the way, how do you like this new tradition of making concepts and improvements to characters? If you like this section, then write in the comments who you want us to improve next time. Now let's discuss how roughly this will play out in the episode itself. Most likely their improvement will either be before the fight when they first come up, or right during the fight. Perhaps there will be something similar like from Avengers, Age of Ultron, when Iron Man was fighting against the Hulk, and parts would fly to him for enhancement or restoration along the way. We know that Dafuk is inspired by different movies to create his episodes, so we might see something similar. So let's wait for our Titans in full readiness, because G-Man is a very strong and dangerous opponent and could very well kill one of the Titans. So wait, what do you mean kill? You're probably asking me. Remember at the beginning of this video I mentioned the twist that Dafuk has in store for us in this episode? Well, I would guess that the turning point could very well be the death of one of the Titans. You all remember the leaks before episode 73 when every picture of a Titan said, "Will I survive?" But in episode 73, everyone survived, which could mean that episode 74 could be the last episode for one of our favorite Titans. Dafuk has been telling us all along that we're not ready, that episode 74 will be fateful and turn the tide of the war and battle in a different direction. And what could be a twist as surprising and unexpected as that? The death of one of the Titans, or G-Man, of course. Yes, you read that right. It is the death of G-Man in this episode that will be the unexpected twist for the viewers. And that's what's likely to happen. But what makes me think that? Let's be clear. G-Man has no way out of this situation at all right now. The containers might help, but I don't think he'll be able to escape with them again. Right now, G-Man is completely weakened. He has no weapons, no plan, nothing. And behind him comes an evil and dangerous TV man Titan who will destroy everything in his path. We saw all his rage in the last episode, so he won't just let G-Man go again. And behind TV Man Titan comes two more battered and embittered Titans. They have suffered defeats but are still going after his head. Imagine how angry Speaker is now. He was literally humiliated in front of the entire alliance, if you know what I mean. We don't know what improvements the Titans will get, but the fact that they will help finish off G-Man is certainly true. We can also remember the same leak by episode 73 and the caption above G-Man, "Will I survive?" Another hint of G-Man's death was the leak before episode 72, where there was a number 74 above G-Man, which could refer to his death in episode 74. So G-Man needs a plan, either to escape or to get stronger. And you probably remember one of my old theories and assumptions. And if not, I'll remind you that it's possible G-Man will die in episode 74, but in a fake way, as we've already seen in episode 65. You will remember that Boom is very fond of repeating moments from old episodes. This could happen with G-Man's death as well. Why do I think that? Dafuk has been leaving us so many hints that episode 74 will be pivotal, epic, and generally brain-blowing that it's becoming clear. The death of an iconic villain will be the twist. But we also know that Dafuk's favorite villain is indeed G-Man, and he won't just let him go. That means we'll see G-Man's death, but it won't be long. We know that He-Man is very smart and cunning, so he realizes that if he stays alive, he won't be able to do anything. Since, let me remind you, the Alliance and Astro are coming after him, and it is simply impossible to survive in such a situation. That's why G-Man will provoke his own death for the safety of the containers and the race. He's not going to die. He's going to try to beat everyone again for his plan to save the race and to win the war. And even though it's going to be a little different than I envision it, it's still going to be just as epic and unexpected. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, because I have other guesses about the future of the series. And if you haven't watched the previous video, the link is on the screen. Click and watch. Bye.